All right, YouTube, we got another story animation, man. This is by Spark Vision. I think that's what the VZN stand for. See what you talking
And as I
about.
get to the living room, I notice Jean is sitting on the couch all by herself, asking me if I can help her with a knot she's feeling in her neck. So I sat at the extreme end of the couch and I extended my hand to her neck and I just started squeezing it a little bit.
Right?
So this story starts off when I had just moved into a new apartment. You know, living that high life, the life of luxury, one of them skyscraper joints. Looking down at the peons and flexing on all the haters that said I was never gonna make it. Now this
Right.
has absolutely nothing to do with this story, I just thought I'd flex a little bit. So I
Okay.
had 3 other roommates and for the most part we all got along. You know, we be chilling, playing video games, eating pizza, totally hanging out, dude. Just doing what real men do. My roommates were
Right.
my brother, my friend Dez, and the main man himself, Jay. You see, Jay was a really nice guy. He was the type of guy to go out and go feed pigeons and pet horses. The type of guy to give you the shirt off his back. A genuine kind soul. But he was kind of a pushover if I'm being honest. Anyways, there was a day that Jay and I were both chilling on our phones, on Tinder, you know, getting our swipes on, you know, doing our thing, and all of a sudden Jay gets a match. He shows me who he just matched with, and she was cool, you know, I was happy for him, but he was really excited.
Right. Do everybody go through like a Tinder arc? I never like wanted to just go on Tinder to find nobody. Is that like an arc everybody had to go to? Like go through? Let me know so I can sign up. Just let me know.
Because Jay didn't have no game. Anytime he got a match, it felt like he won a championship. For the purpose of this story, we're gonna call her G. So he spends the next couple of days communicating with her, you know, trying to get to know her, you know, smooth talking her because he think he got a match, he think he got game, now he think he different.
Right.
Eventually, he invites her to the apartment to spend the week with him, and my first impression of her was, she was a really nice girl. Like, really, really nice. Like, really,
nice.
really nice. Maybe even too nice. She was really odd, and she really didn't understand social cues. Like,
She was really odd. I don't know. She's on Tinder matching with people. Any female on Tinder to me is strange. Like people don't approach you in the outside world. Just
so close to my face and
just
she
me.
wanted to talk to me. And I'm over there trying to give her hints like, yo, I'ma need you to back up, like you really close. I mean, if you're trying to have a conversation, you could keep a respectable distance, but for some reason, she never really caught on to the cues I was trying to give. I never outright said it because I was not trying to be disrespectful. I remember this one time I'm headed to the living room and I walked past my brother's room and for some reason, I noticed Gene was on his bed and that was really odd. I was perplexed. So I go up to his room, try to assess the situation even more. I'm looking for my brother and he's doing push-ups off to the side. So I call him out. I'm like, yo, can I talk to you real quick? Can you step out of your room real quick? Let me holler at you, bruh. So he steps out of his room and we're talking and I basically ask him like, what are you doing? You do know that's Jay's girl, right? Why the heck is she in your room, on your bed? He tells me he's been trying to get rid of her, but she's not taking any hints. So apparently what had happened was my brother just got back home. He sees her, they start talking a little bit. Then he tells her that he's about to retire for the night, you know, go to his room and do some push-ups and go to bed. And out of nowhere, she spawns in his room as well. And since that moment, he's been trying to get rid of her. And I believe that because like I said, she was a very odd person and she didn't know anything about boundaries or social cues.
Right.
So I go to Jay and he's over there playing video games and I'm like, bro, you do know your girl is in my brother's room. Why are you over here and she's over there? Go get your girl. And I'm not gonna lie, Jay looked a little bit defeated. He was like, what do you want me to do about it? I'm just sitting here waiting on her. I'm not insecure. I know she's not doing anything wrong. I'm just gonna wait for her here until she's ready to leave the room. I'm like, what?
I guess sitting in another nigga room on another nigga bed is just not. It's you not being insecure. You don't even know her. Shit, you might need to be insecure a little bit, gang. Lock in.
You know what? It's not my problem. It is what it is. This is probably the worst it could get. Or so I thought. So it's a random afternoon and I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I'm putting my clothes on. I leave my room about to head out to the front door. And as I get to the living room, I notice Jean is sitting on the couch all by herself. So she stops me and she asks me for a quick favor. Asking me if I can help her with a knot she's feeling in her neck. Asking me to help her alleviate this tension she's feeling in her shoulders. So I stand there pondering, what is her play? Why would she ask me for this favor? Is there any ulterior motives behind this? Or does she really have a knot and some tension in her shoulder? Because I know that's uncomfortable. I pondered a little bit more. Yeah, I help you out. You must really be in pain. I know, don't flame me. I know, it's a rookie mistake. But anyways, it wasn't until I sat on the couch that I realized how bad the optics were. So I sat at the extreme end of the couch and I extended my hand to her neck and I just started squeezing it a little bit. That's all I did. I promise, that's all I did. As time went on, I started realizing that the situation started to become a little bit too intimate for my liking. I mean, this is Jay's girl. Like, I shouldn't be doing this at all. But at that very moment, my phone rang. Thank goodness. It was one of my friends who was a girl telling me that she's outside my apartment and she wants me to come out. So I get off the couch, I go outside to go look for my friend, and to my chagrin, I see her with 3 other girls all dressed up like they about to go to war. Apparently they were there to go fight somebody or jump somebody or something like that. And I'm over there standing like, is there something in the water today? Like, why is everybody acting so strange all of a sudden? Like, what are we doing? But then I did find it a little bit adorable. I'm like, oh, look at you guys all dressed up, you know, with your tough guy clothes and your tough guy shoes. Really think you're gonna come here and jump somebody? Oh, how adorable. You guys are so cute. You know it's too hot for this. Come inside and come get some water because you're gonna need it for your trip back home. So silly. So silly you guys are. So they came to the apartment, they got some water, and I could tell that Jean was not too pleased about that because I could see her from the corner of my eyes being a little bit salty that other people were in the apartment. It was almost like she was mad that the moment had been ruined, but I didn't know that at the time. But anyways, as the girls were leaving, I used that as an opportunity to leave as well. Because in case you guys have forgotten, I've been trying to go to the gym for the past hour. So I'm at the gym, clanking and banging, you know, getting all my gains. And in between one of my sets, I see Des come into the apartment building through the glass window of the gym. We see each other, wave, then he heads over to the apartment. I get done with my workout, and I think the next day or 2 days after she leaves. Didn't really think too much of that day afterwards, and the apartment was pretty much back to normal, just us guys chilling. Right. Everything seemed fine. Well, that was until I was taking a drive with my friend Sean. I remember him saying, do you remember the girl that Jay invited to y'all's apartment, Jean? I'm like, yeah, what about her?
What happened?
He was like, did you know that Jean and Des had sexual relations? I'm like, what? When did this happen? Because Des was hardly home, he worked a lot. So I start thinking, when could this possibly have happened? When was Des and Jean alone? I'm thinking, and then he hits me. It must have been the time I was at the gym and I saw Des head to the apartment. You see, one thing I forgot to mention was nobody was at home that day. I bet when he got into the apartment, she must have ran some game on him and he folded. Now everything was starting to make sense. When she asked me for that favor, she was just trying to run game on me as well. But the only difference was I was too stupid to realize I genuinely thought she had some discomfort in her neck and shoulder.
Well, it sounded like you wanted to hit that.
Did you want to hit that? He wanted to hit Jean.
She must really have been on one that day because at first she couldn't get me, then she got my dude Des. So I go talk to Jay, and he basically confirms everything Sean was saying. I wanted to see how he felt, if he was in a good mental space. And you could tell, he was a little bit hurt. This was
Bro, he just met her. It's never that deep, bro. You just met her, bro. It's never that deep.
Girl he invited to hang out with him, but it seemed like she was more interested in hanging out with everybody else but him. He tries to play it off and act like it didn't bother him, but I know Jay, it bothered him. But he chucked it up to the game like he wasn't gonna let that stop him from living his life. And I commend him for that because him and Des were still cool. They were operating like nothing ever happened. Like I said, Jay was a really nice guy, really forgiving guy, a non-confrontational guy, a kind soul. But I also think that that situation shaped Jay going forward. Anyways, we just continued the conversation till we left. Her name was really never uttered in the apartment after that because it was such a random situation.
Now he just go around just terrorizing every female's heart. That's all he does. That nigga said fuck a relationship forever. And I don't blame him because why would she do that? It's fucked up.
Was really a non-factor. And yeah, we just continued to live life after that. Yeah.